family, my name is Tlou Rachabedi and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. So if you're new to my channel, we do everything faith, motherhood, lifestyle, vlogs. We do everything here. Anything that the Lord drops in my spirit, I do it on this channel. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. You guys are really encouraging. You are really the reason why I've been bringing out a new video every week. And if you remember well, and if you guys did not watch that video, please go and watch it. On Mother's Day, I did a video about family, so I just thought I should do a continuation on it. And today's video, I am going to talk about the roles and responsibilities of wives and husbands in a family. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. And if you are not yet subscribed, please do go now and subscribe to the channel, because it's really encouraging when you know that people are loving what you're bringing out and everything. So before I waste any further time, let's get into it. So I want to you'll excuse me guys, I made some notes so that I don't forget what I want to talk about. There's like maybe 5 points that I need to discuss under wives, and then 5 or 6 under husbands. So if you see me referring to my notes, please don't mind me. And I just want to start by saying this, guys. You can have a mansion, you can have a 10-bedroomed house, beautiful cars and everything, aircons and everything, but that does not make a home. That does not make a family. You can pay the highest lobola in South Africa. That does not mean that you're going, that is not a guarantee that you're gonna have a beautiful marriage. And for like husbands and wives, the ring is not the marriage. The beautiful house, the picket fence, like we always say. And you hear like some people will say, oh my God, if we can only afford to buy a house, then we'll be happy. If we can afford the car that we want, we're going to be happy. No. A marriage is between two people that are committed to each other and are just loving what they are doing with their lives. So what do I mean by that? I mean that if you are going to say, okay, I'm getting married, I'm getting a wife, or I have a husband now, you need to be committed to each other. Have a vision and a mission for your family, and tell yourself, so okay babe, this is what we want to do in the next 5 years. This is where we are going. This is where we are not going. So with that said, let me start with husbands. So I wrote a few points down and I just want to discuss them. It's my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying, but this is like from observation and everything. So the first thing that I want to say is also like, just to put a disclaimer out there, this is not my opinions on anyone or anyone's marriage, or maybe I think that I know anything about marriage or I am better or anything. No guys, it's just something that God dropped in my spirit, and I'm just going to put it out there. So another thing that I wanted to discuss before we even get into the video is the minute, especially as young people, the minute you realize that in a marriage there's a husband and a wife, and our roles will never be the same, and husband and wife are in a marriage, but no one should have power struggles. It's like if your wife is saying something or coming up with ideas in a marriage, you can't say, no, I'm not going to take them, or I'm not going to consider them because you're the wife and I'm the head of the family. You are the when you are the neck, or you cannot do that. We need to uplift each other in marriages. We need to listen to each other in our marriages if you want it to work. So the first thing that I want to discuss under husbands, these are roles and responsibilities according to me. So husbands, I feel like as a husband, you need to be a good leader for your family. You need to be they need to know and see it from you that this is how we behave in this family. This is what we do in this family. This is how we talk to each other in this. I mean, you can't be screaming and kicking at your wife every day and you expect your kids to give you the same, not to give you the same thing. So if your kids are not respectful kids, we will judge that that family is not a respectful family. And the worst thing is we have married men that are consumed in alcohol, drugs, sex, all of these things, and then we expect them to be good leaders. If you can't lead yourself, if you can't lead your body, if you can't lead your soul, if you can't control your soul, how are you then going to control your wife and kids as a husband. So the second thing that I think as a husband you need to do is create a peaceful home for your family. Spend time with your family, get to know your wife and understand her, get to know your kids and understand them. So unfortunately we have beer houses or taverns or the nightclub that are full of married men while the wives are home raising the kids. And then the worst thing is when you come home at 2 a.m. or at 3 a.m. and your wife is screaming at you, you go and tell your friends that no, I don't go home because she's screaming and kicking and saying that I come home late. Yes, you do. So as a married man, you can't be doing such things. You need to be a good example. So when your kids now are teenagers or now they start coming home gabuma 10 p.m. gabuma midnight, what are you going to say to them if you're doing it yourself? So I think people say monkey see, monkey do. So the things that you do, how you behave in front of your kids, that's exactly what they are gonna do as well. The third thing that I want to discuss under husbands is have a vision for your family. They must know that this is where we are going. This is where Papa is leading us. This is where my husband is leading us. Then if you're doing that, I think it will be easy as well for your wife to submit, because no woman wants to submit to nonsense. No woman wants to submit to a man. You cannot submit under leadership. It's not going anywhere. Your wife should trust you so much with your vision of the family that, you know, those wives that are always saying, when you talk to them or you want to do something with them, they're like, oh, let me discuss it first with my husband. It's because of that leadership. They trust their husband's leadership. That's why they want to run everything through them. Not or control like no. It's because she trusts the leadership of the husband. So the other thing that I want to talk about is you need to be a praying husband. You need to be a praying husband. The worst thing is there are some attacks that come in the family through the husband because the husband is not a praying husband. And those attacks, they can only be won if the husband starts praying. I'll give an example. If your husband is a womanizer or he cannot stop drinking every day, he cannot. As the wife, you can go to, I don't know how many prophets, you can go to pastors for as long as your husband is not praying for himself and praying for the family, those battles will not be won. It will be so difficult. So maybe if it was going to take 5 days to win that battle, it will take 100 days, because you're busy now praying with the prophet, you're praying for someone who's in sin somewhere. And then number 5 on my list is, as a husband, dedicate yourself to your family. You know those husbands that, as the wife, my husband is dedicated to this family. Everything that he does and says, it's for me and the children. It's very encouraging as well as the wife, because you know that we are working so hard. My husband is dedicated, I'm dedicated. So you need to, as the leader of the house, as the leader of the pack, they have to see from you the dedication. Then they will also follow through. And then I want to also talk about how you need to be a ruler in your family. They need to know that there are some things they're not going to cut it with my husband. Some things they're not going to cut it with my dad, the kids. So you need to be a ruler in your house, but also don't be those rulers like Mugabe, where everything is just about you. Everything you say goes. No one's opinion is going to be considered. No, don't be that kind of ruler. You need to be a ruler. And then also your wife must always be comfortable to come to you and discuss stuff with you, and the kids as well. And then another thing is, I want to just add this one, that as a husband, you need to honor your wife and your kids. Respect your wife and your kids. Respect your family. And another thing is, I think you know that thing when, just be nice, man. Just be a nice husband. You make it easy for everyone. Be a nice husband. Love your kids. Love your wife, to a point where even people in your family are like, oh my God, I wish I had that relationship that my brother has with the wife. Where, when people are genuinely loving each other, are genuinely in love and respecting their marriage, you can see. They don't even have to say it. You can see, you can tell by how they treat each other. Even there's people that treat their wives nice in public. and then in private they don't. You can tell, man, that vibe will just be there. But those people that you can tell, or this couple, they love each other, go high, if anyway, like even if you find them on their bad days, they're still loving each other. And the last thing under husbands I have, build your wife with your words. Encourage her. There are those husbands that after you have kids, this person will start complaining about your weight. You cannot do that. This is your wife. And she had 4-5 kids for you. That's why she gained the weight. Encourage her. Instead of saying, oh, no. You pay for the gym for her. Especially if she also wants to lose. Pay for the gym. Exercise with her. Go for a run with her. And encourage her. And cook healthy meals in the house for her if you feel like maybe it's her eating, those. But you can't always and constantly just beating her down. Everything that she wants to do, you beat it down. No, you cannot do that as a husband. So encourage your family, encourage your wife, and then you'll have a nice family. So I'm gonna move over and then do wives, the bogotas of the family. Unfortunately, one thing that I want to just put it out there about wives is, and I think it's one of my points. Yes, it's number 3 on my list. Let me start with it. I just want to talk about building. Naturally, women are builders. Naturally, women want nice things for the family, want to do good things for the family. But you need an encouraging husband. You need a husband that will honor you and appreciate you when you build. Because mosadi o kgona o mo fa 100 rand, you'll see things done in the house. O kgona o mo fa a seed, you'll see kids in the house. O mo fa grocery, you'll see food in the house. So encourage your woman as she's building this home. Because she's the reason why you will have a home, not a house. It's because of you. Encourage her as she's building this home. And make sure the resources are there for her to be able to build. And then another thing that I want to discuss under wives is you need to honor your husband. Make him feel like he's the king of this house. Make him feel like he's the one and only, because he should be the one and the only. Remember how, who was that in the Bible that used to call their husband a king? Do that with you. Like your husband must know, my wife calls me this sweet little things that your family must know. So your husband will feel honored, will feel appreciated. And when your husband comes back from work, tell him, well, thank you, babe, for working so hard for me and the kids. Those kind of things. Some husbands, when they come home, the first thing is all they hear is complaints. And then while I am still talking about honoring your husband, I want to talk to Basadi Babazalwane. I want to talk to Christian, especially women that go to charismatic churches or this churches modern. You cannot, and I will repeat this, you cannot honor your pastor more than you honor your husband. It's not biblical. It's not even allowed. And the worst thing is, when tomorrow your husband says you can't go to church because he's jealous, it's because of the things that he has seen and noticed that you do when your pastor is around. There is women by Longore, Mona has never been given food in their own house, but the carol boys the crusade those the carol boys. Serve your husband with them and you'll thank me later. Serve your husband with those and you will feed him like a king. Serve him like a king and you will thank me later. You'll think when he's out there making money and everything, he's not going to think, oh my God, I'm appreciated, I'm loved at home, I want to do more for them. He will. And then another thing is, unfortunately, the Bible does not give us a choice with this one. As a wife, you need to submit to your husband. I know some husbands are hard to submit under. I know some husbands are. So if you feel that you're struggling with submitting to your husband, please pray for him. Pray for God to change him. Because unfortunately, if you're already married to him, unfortunately, there's not much that you can do, but you still need to submit to him. So if you feel like, he's not leading us in the right way, pray that God changes him to lead you guys in the right way so that it's easy for you to submit under him. And then as a wife, you need to be beautiful. They say, oh, you need to be beautiful inside and out. There's some people, yes, you can see as man high heel, looking all nice and everything, but if you get to meet the person, you'll be like, oh my god, whose wife is this, whose mother is this? Because of, so inside beauty is the things that you say, the way you speak to people, the way you speak about people. As a wife, you are a natural builder. So you build with your hands, you build with your mouth, you build with everything. You are just a builder. So that's all I have for now. And I just want to say, Hore, a good marriage or a good partnership between husband and wife, you are honoring God, because marriage is from God. Marriage is from God. It needs to be respected, it needs to be honored, it needs to be appreciated, because marriage is very, I don't know how to put it, but you cannot take your marriage for granted. So as a husband and a wife, keep building, keep putting good things in your marriage, keep putting good and nice things in your marriage. And if you're not honoring your marriage, you're not going to make God happy. That's why you'll have so many issues in your marriage, because if you're cheating, you're not honoring your marriage, so you'll have issues, you'll fight about your cheating. If you're abusing the finances in the marriage, you're not honoring your marriage. If you're abusing your wife, you're abusing your husband, you're abusing the kids, you're not honoring your marriage. So with all of this said, I just want to say, Hore, if you are a husband out there or you are a wife out there, just sit down with yourself, not with your partner. Sit down by yourself and do a self-introspection and ask yourself, am I as sweet as I am to my husband or to my wife in private like I do in public? Because you guys can act, and then ask yourself, what am I nice to my kids? Am I nice to my husband? Am I nice to my wife? Am I encouraging to them? And am I available? That's another thing. Am I available to this family? Am I available to this marriage? Because there are some husbands or some wives, they spend 90% of their time with their friends or with other people, just not with their partners and their children. There's husbands out there that have kids in school but have never been to the school. All they do is just pay for the school. They've never been to the school. You don't help your kids with homework. You don't attend their soccer matches. You don't attend their, you don't do, like, you really don't invest quality time in your family. And that is very wrong. That is where you find people say, oh, my wife is cheating or my husband is cheating. It's because you are not dedicated to the family. They don't even get to see you. All they see is your money, and that's not all that is needed in your. So unfortunately, my daughter barged in as I was still busy recording, and yeah, it kind of like disturbed me and took me out of it. But I wanted to say that if you're married, if you are a husband or you are a wife out there, just go sit down with yourself, do a self-introspection, and if you need to go and apologize to your partner for maybe you have not been treating them right, or you have not been a good wife, or you have not been a good husband, please go and apologize. Because sometimes re khatlisha batho ba lefase ka people that we should really care for. Like, there is husbands that will be out and grooving and gallivanting with friends when you know your wife is sick at home, she has flu, or your child is sick. I mean, we're not saying that be home all the time, but when it's needed and necessary, be home. So if you know you haven't been the best husband or you haven't been the best wife, go to your wife right now, go to your husband right now, apologize, and you guys start over and you start building. Because marriage is legacy. And another thing, Corey, the devil does not like it when we are married, because the devil wants us living in sin. The devil enjoys it when we are living in sin. That's why even when you are single or when you are married, the devil will keep bringing boyfriends or people to come and share you. And when you think, oh no, it must be that I'm beautiful or I have a nice body or I'm sexy. No, it's the devil that wants to keep you in sin. That's his. He came to kill and destroy. So what he wants, when he sees a good thing like marriage, he will want to destroy it. He will send women to your marriage. He will send men to your marriage. And so if you know that you haven't been good in your marriage, you haven't been honoring your marriage, apologize to your partner and you guys must start over. Now I love marriage. I love, and I appreciate love. So you guys must just take it serious, take your responsibilities serious, and don't do that thing where, I know with us women sometimes we are control freaks and everything, and we end up overstepping on our roles or our responsibilities, especially if you marry like a strong woman or strong character and everything. Sometimes she forgets that I'm the woman in this relationship, not the man. So if you know your wife is somebody like that, speak to her about it. Don't fight her, speak to her about it. And then if you feel like she's intimidating you or she's making you feel like you're not the man of the house, tell her, when you do this or when you say this, you make me feel little, you make me feel like I'm not the man of the house. And then we move on, and then we have beautiful marriages, we have beautiful families, we have beautiful kids that come out of those marriages. And thank you so much, guys, for coming to this TED Talk, and I hope to see you guys in another video. And I love you guys, and please share the videos, tell people about the channel. We really need to get the numbers going, and I appreciate everyone that has shared the link. I appreciate everyone that has sent a friend to subscribe or a colleague to subscribe, and I thank you guys. I'll see you in the next video. I love you guys. Mwah.